What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Kairos Pacific University podcast. I'm your host, Rita Saikali, and today I have a special guest that is very dear to my own heart. He is a wonderful man who dedicated his entire life to Christ. I cannot wait to introduce to you to Father Etienne Hanna. Father Etienne, hello and welcome to today's show. How are you doing today?
Hi, Rita. Thank you for having me with you in this show, and I'm doing well. It's a nice weather in LA, so it's good.
It is pretty cool today. It's a little bit hot on my end, but it is summertime, so that's really exciting. Father Etienne, I know I'm so excited today to talk to you about several things. One of them is leadership and taking on the problems of the youth and the problems of congregations and overcoming these things while maintaining the peace of Christ. So before we get into that, though, tell me a little bit, or tell our audience a little bit about yourself.
So, if I wanna start, I'll start by saying I'm Lebanese. I'm born and raised in Lebanon, back in the Middle East, and I will take this opportunity to pray for peace in Lebanon and the whole Middle East. And I have a mechanical engineering degree. I'm a priest, not working as an engineer, but I have this in my background. I was graduated in 2013. And then I switched my life to be a priest and start my seminary journey to prepare for priesthood. I belong to Lebanese Maronite missionaries, which is a congregation that we have missions all around the world. One of them in US. That's why I'm here in LA. And I had the opportunity to study leadership in Pepperdine. So I have a master's degree in leadership and management from Pepperdine University in California, which was very beneficial for me and for my ministry because, Jesus was, as you see in the background, the Good Shepherd. He is a great example for our leadership wherever and whatever we are doing, as a CEO, as a manager, as an employee, or as a priest too. And a big part of our work as a priest is in management too. It's part of our ministry. So that's a very short introduction about myself.
In a beautiful nutshell. I love that. Before we get into leadership, let's go a little bit in depth into your relationship with Christ. I used to ask this question to a lot of different people around Easter, and I want to ask you this. 2,000 years later, what does the resurrection of Christ mean to you on a day-to-day basis?
After 2,000 years, the resurrection, it means everything for me. Because the whole plan of salvation starts with the incarnation to the resurrection as one action, let's say. I remember when I was in Texas, I visited a Christmas exhibition, and they have a very nice portrait of the nativity scene, and behind the nativity scene we have the cross and the resurrection scene as one plan of salvation. For me personally, I find my life in the resurrection. Because of him, I have hope today. I have hope in the other life and being with him all the time. And actually, the resurrection gave me the opportunity to be with him in every mass and every day, in every moment. So I feel his presence, and all is go to the resurrection, to this big plan of salvation that God himself make himself close to us, close to me, one person like anyone, one human being like any one of us. He lives and experiences everything. He died, which is the most difficult experience for a person, and most of the people fear death. But when he rose, he gave us hope. And with this hope, we don't fear death. It's just a bridge now to another life. And I had a personal experience with this, that now I understand the difficulty of death, but at the same time, the meaning of hope and what Jesus changed, or what he did for this topic in our life, the big change that he made for this fear.
Can you tell us a little bit about that experience that you mentioned?
Yes, actually, I don't know. if you know that today is the first anniversary for my dad. So last year, in March 18, I lost my dad at 6:15 in the morning. I still remember every details of this day. And, being in the US, I worked for many years without visiting Lebanon. So I saw him for 10 days after 3 years. And those 10 days he was in the hospital. I believe that he felt my presence, but he was not talking, he was not awake. So after I lost him, it was like, okay, I lost my dad. We have the funeral, people are coming all the time. It was painful, but it didn't hit at that time. Actually, it hit after a month and something, when everything is done, the funeral, the 40 days, and I'm back in LA, and then you felt the heaviness of losing someone in your life, and especially like my dad, who was a big part of my spiritual life, and also he's a role model in everything. So yeah, I start questioning everything. And as a priest, it's so difficult to share with someone else because, most of the people, they think that we have all the answers. But no, we are like anyone else. We have a special vocation to do a certain service, but we don't have all the answers. We're like anyone. We search for the truth and we ask God for help. And that's what happened. I asked God for help. And I found that in two, let's say, key elements in my spiritual life. And the biggest one is that I don't lose my connection with Him. It's in a different way now. I always being able to connect with Him through prayers, through the Eucharist, through anything. Because if I believe that my dad today is with Jesus, so wherever Jesus is, my dad is there. So when I celebrate the Mass, I believe that also my dad is present there because I believe in the presence of God. And this is when always I remember, and I share this with my parishioners, the icon of the Eucharist, the Eucharist, when the priest is reading the host, and then in this icon we have the sky open, so the heaven is open, and God and all the saints participating, and the bottom of the church is also open when we see in this icon some souls going from down up to heaven through our prayer. So everything, it's a moment beyond time. Everyone is present at this moment. So with this belief, I know that yes, he doesn't exist now in this earth, but I believe that I still connected to him. And as a funny story, one time I was looking, because I was thinking about this connection and losing my dad, I was looking up to heaven and say, oh, now he knows everything. So I was, oh my God, now you know everything about me. This is hard because my dad, he stood for his value all the time, and he was so strict. And I remember the first time I told him I want to be a priest, he looked at me, he told me, if you want to be a priest, be a good priest, or do not be a priest at all. So be a saint or never go there. So he was so strict in this. And another story about my dad, back in time, he was planning to be a priest, actually to be a monk. But
Wow.
because of the economical condition at that time, he decided to go and work and support his family. And we ended up with a family with 4 siblings. 2 of us are priests. Me and my brother, both of us are priests now. So I told him, yes, maybe you change your mind, but God sent 2 priests from you. So this is how God
And
works.
be fruitful and multiply. And so the vocation was multiplied, it's such a
Yes.
beautiful thing to be able to see that being, to be able to see Christ and the faith in Christ being passed on from generation to generation. Do you have any doubt that that you've shared with Christ that He has addressed after your dad had passed away that you may not have had before? And if so, how did he address that?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, I had doubt in everything, and I always have questions in my life that I always need answers for them. And I'm not someone that I'm afraid to ask. The question is not the problem. For me, if I don't question my faith, I'm not living my faith, because I cannot be like a blind person following my faith without asking anything. No, I need to ask. The problem is not in the question. The problem is if I create an answer, and for the question, and I adopt this question, the answer I did, and instead of listening to God's answer. And the second, if the risk here is not to accept God's answer, because sometimes his answer is difficult to accept. So questioning, yes, absolutely. I have some doubts and questions. I addressed it to him, and I was very honest. Yeah, I'm struggling in this. I want you to help me to understand death, to understand why I lost my dad, why at that time, why him, all these questions that everyone asks. But at a certain point, when you look to God and see that, okay, but I don't need answers. I just need Him to look at me, to look to my pain, and to understand that, yeah, I'm still struggling with this. And little by little, He built an answer that today, death is literally a bridge to another life. And before I preached this a lot, I told everyone, yeah, that is a bridge. But now I experience it. I experience that, yes, my dad is in the other life, but I did not lost him. I still have my connection with him. And this is what the answer. He, I'm not able to understand anyway life and death in perfect way. Because if I can understand, then I'm God, and I'm not. I'm a human being. And God will give me enough answer that I need to continue my journey toward the other life, towards Him, to live with Him forever.
So earlier you said it's hard I have to not make up an answer and go to God with my questions. For anyone who's listening to us today that doesn't know how to find out if this is God or this is not God. I heard a priest once say, God is not the only one that broadcasts on that channel. And so how do you have that discernment, or how can the person listening have that discernment to say, this is the voice of God, this is where He's leading me, versus this isn't the voice of God? I'm making up an answer to solidify.
Yes. Let's say the first thing we need to understand that God is not giving us answers like anyone else in this life. He's not like the person that we come to him asking, God, I should go right or left? And like the GPS, you have turn left, turn left, turn left. No, it's not like that. God already, when He created us, He equipped us with many tools to be able to decide the right things for our life. This is first. Let's start. I have to decide between two paths in my life, okay? Or between several paths, let's say. I have several options. The first thing, God give me the tools. I'm talking about some people, or the people that they believe in Jesus and they have a relationship with Him. So, okay, He equipped us with tools to say, this is first, I'm looking for options. Are those options available? And I remember I was giving a retreat about this topic in Christmas, and I was that after Christmas actually. And I told them, for example, if me personally, I'm thinking to be a singer, when I listen to my voice, I will know that it's not an open door. It's not an option. Okay, I have a good voice, but not enough. Actually, it's not a good voice, but let's say it's okay. But yeah, but I cannot be a singer. So this is a closed door. I don't need to waste my time going there. So I need to see what is available. Okay, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 available for me. Then let's go to step 2. Which one is good for me? if I want to do and discern, this is going to do something that it may affect my person, like my body. I will go, oh, okay, I don't want to go there. I don't want to work in such situation. Okay, I can, okay, this is an option out. Then I go and start my spiritual discernment, which is start with, okay, the rest of the options. I'm Catholic, so I need to see, does this options contradict the Bible? But I need to be very attentive here, because even in my discernment, I may find a couple of verses that support my decision. I'm not talking about vocation. I'm talking about any decision in life. Okay, so I can find something, but remember always when Jesus was in the desert and he was tested by the devil. Even the devil used some verses from the Old Testament to try to deceive Jesus. Okay, so yes, this is first step, but this is not the only one. I need to go to the teachings of the church. And as a faithful person, I need to know that, yeah, my decisions should not contradict what my beliefs are. And then it narrows to a couple of options, maybe one, two, three. And then here is the question: what do I want? And what I want is something very important. And this is the voice of God. Because God, when He created me, and when we talk about a vocation or let's say I want to be a priest or be married and have family or work this or that, God, He will not come to me after all these years and say, you want to be an engineer and work as an engineer, but I want to change this. I want you to be a priest. Okay, so leave engineering, leave your dream aside, and go fulfill my will. God is not working like that. He will come to me and say, well, you want to be an engineer, I'm with you. What about being a priest? Oh, yeah, this is what happened with me. I found myself in priesthood. I love engineering. I love my work. But me, myself, my identity is in the priesthood. So I went with what I want, which align with God, what He wants. So God is not controlling us like when we play a games and we move the character in the games. No, He's someone who invite us to a large and wide path or a direction, and we choose path in this
Do you
direction. And wherever we go, He will say, hey, I'm in the other side waiting for you.
do you think he would have
Continue
been
your journey.
disappointed if you continued with engineering and not became a priest?
I personally, I don't believe that. He will change everything and continue my journey, his journey.
So
God
sometimes
is
I
not someone who's, yes,
go ahead. No, please go ahead.
yeah. God is. When I was studying theology, this is the approach that I was literally attached to from one of my professors when he said that vocation is when God telling you that be who you are,
Mm.
and I'm with you. I'm with you. He give us tools. As I said, when I go through all this, what I mentioned, step by step, at the end, the options that you have, all of them are good for you. Doesn't contradict your faith, doesn't contradict who your faith and your belief, and they are good for you. So if you choose one and you find yourself not happy, then you change to something else. But at least you did not hurt yourself. And God, in any way, He will walk the path with you. Wherever you are going, even if you are going in the wrong direction, He will be next to you and telling you, hey, what about switching to other path? What about going back to the same direction that I invited you? Because you will feel it. When you go astray from God, far away from Him, you will feel that you are not fulfilling who you are. You will be someone else. But when you're walking with God, you will be who you are. So to sum it is, I am a priest, for example, because this is who I am, and this is where I feel that I'm fulfilling myself and I'm living my vocation. It's not something that was imposed by God and He ruined my plan by being to be an engineer and to have my company today, and now He's he's forcing me, and he's telling me, yeah, I want you to be a priest and serve in Los Angeles as associate. Now, I am who I am now. I am myself in this vocation. And this is how you find yourself with God. This is when you have a decision to do, this is how you listen to the voice of God. He's within you, He's in your character, in your personality. He created you, as he said to Isaiah.
So when we talk about Christ in this way, we talk about leadership, and we talk about him guiding us through your path in learning more about leadership and management. Where did you start seeing more of the nuances in Christ's character and how he leads versus where it was before?
Yeah, absolutely. Now, when I focus on leadership, anything I do, I always reflect on leadership, how Jesus is doing here, how as a leader he's dealing with his, let's say, his disciples or with the people around. And maybe the best passage from the gospel is from either in Matthew or others. You can find it in Luke, I think, also. So this is when he multiplied the bread and the fish. And you see there the biggest leadership example, because Jesus there, he was preaching, he's fulfilling his mission. He's preaching everyone the word of God. But leadership starts with compassion. He looked at them. He saw them weak, hungry, they need food. So he stepped in. He stepped in. And this is leadership. Before organizing schedules and prepare everything, you need to feel, okay, my team, what they need first. So it starts with compassion. And this is one of the things that I learned in my master's degree, that I need to understand my team and their needs and their character to be able to work with everyone and make this a fruitful team. Okay, so Jesus looked at them, they need food. Okay, so he stepped in, but he did not be the one or the one man show. Okay, he took the bread, he took the fish, and he did the miracle. Even without the bread and the fish, without all this, he can't do the miracle. But no, he decided to participate with others, or let the others participate in his mission. So he asked them for the food. So in all the passages from Matthew, Mark, or Luke, or John, he took something from the people. It's sharing. He shared his leadership with others. So he wants them to be involved. He doesn't want to replace them, either the disciples or the people. So he took from them whatever they have. He did his miracle. Then he did not distribute. He told them, go and let them sit by groups. And he gave the disciples. And the disciples went and gave the people. And this is when we see the leadership, by example, and the serving leadership, compassion leadership, a leadership that shares with others, and the most important part, he was there when the people, they need him. He was present. And this is a key in leadership.
So I love the example that you gave. I also think that what I've learned reading the writings of the early church fathers is everything that is in the gospel has not everything, but for the most part, has a spiritual component to it as well, right? So there is the physical miracle that's happening, but there's also the more of the profound thing that comes as a result, right? The spiritual thing that comes as a result. So I'm listening to the example that you gave with the bread and the breaking of the bread and so forth, and the multiplying of the bread. And something comes to mind, and a question comes to mind rather. When, let's say, there's a lot of in the youth today, and I know you work a lot with the youth, there's a big problem in singleness, right? Being single, wanting to get married, and not being able to find the right partner around, whether it's in churches or outside. And it's such a big problem that keeps showing up. If we want to take that example and give it to someone who is struggling with singleness on their journey towards Christ and towards finding their partner, how could we apply that leadership in that space? Or can we to begin with?
Yes, absolutely, we can. First, okay, from this example, what happened is the leader, or Jesus, he combined the human effort with the divine presence. Okay, so both efforts come together to be able to fulfill this miracle and to live the whole experience, let's say. So, in this topic, especially in this topic, yes, you need the both efforts. You need to meet people and you need to listen to the word of God. So, your connection with God, and this is also related to discerning if this is the right person for my life or not. It goes to something. Okay, I need to know the word of God. I need to know if God is, let's say, if this is the will of God to be with this person or no. I cannot say that, okay, I want to listen to the voice of God, but I have never ever be around God before. So if so what I mean in this, I need to prepare myself ahead of time. So if I build my relationship with God ahead of time, I will use to listen to his voice always. I will know when he guide me through my choice toward a person, or my decision toward a person. If this is the right person, this is just a note on the side. But going back to this leadership one, so combining both effort, a divine one and a human one. I need to be present. I need to meet many people and see them and have a connection with them. And at the same time, my connection with God will help me to know this is a good person to me or not. And suffering in this, because actually we have a lot of pressure from social, from the society, and a lot of new ways to find people, that it's hard, the let's say the holiness of being two partners together, a man and a woman. So we have a lot of new ideas that it make people fear from any kind of relationship, and have a discussion with many people that I don't want commitment. I don't want to deal with divorce later. I don't want to deal with financial situations or whatever. Let me stay single. It's much easier because the burdens from everywhere is too much. But we forget love. We forget that love is a gift from God. And I need to share my love with someone else. So that's one of the things, or that's the missing piece in many experiences, where we are meeting someone and looking, okay, this is the good match. Does they have money enough? Are they stable in their life? Are they we have a list of questions that at the end it comes, oh, do I love this person? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Where this one should be first, and should be, I feel that I love this person, and if I love this person, I will not fear commitment. I don't fear to stay with this person for life. And it's a journey. It's not easy. I know I'm a priest, I'm settled, I will never get married, but I'm talking about what I'm listening from people. And the biggest problem is the fear of commitment. They don't want to commit. It's much easier to be free and single and deal with this life far away from those legal issue or commitment or other things.
How do you think Christ can lead them away from the fear of commitment? Or from what you've seen, at the very least?
This is if they have the relationship with God and they grow in this relationship with Him, they may be able to understand that the commitment is not an issue. It's not a problem. It's a choice. Today, as we were talking about my vocation at the beginning. And you asked me if I doubt after the death of my dad. Yeah, I doubt, but it didn't ruin my relationship with God and my decision. Sometimes today, someone asked me, Father, have you ever say that it was better that if you continued in engineering than being a priest now? Yeah, sometimes if I'm tired, I say, oh, I hope that I have this work from 9 to 5 and I'm done after 5, I can rest, you know?
Yeah.
But this is just a reaction for something. Okay, life will never be easy. There is difficulties in life. There is challenges. That's why when I'm looking for joy, for love, for happiness, happiness and joy, it doesn't mean I don't struggle in this life. It doesn't mean I'm problem free. I don't have problems in my life. No, I have problems, but because I have joy and I'm in the right path, being who I am, the best version of myself, living day after day this reality, I'm happy. So yes, I can communicate with someone else, and I'm not afraid from commitment. I'm not afraid from there because yes, any two people they will live together, they have challenges. They will face challenges. They cannot face it when they are two strangers together. They will they will be able to face it when they are two people that they love each others and they know that they will face this together. And I love one of the people that they say a couple should not look to each other. They should look at the same direction. And this is, I love this one. So if two people, they should look to the same direction. And if you are looking to the same direction, yes, why I want to fear commitment? Because of the challenges that I will face. Anyway, I'm challenging, I'm facing challenges in this life. But I'm sharing this challenge with someone else. And because there is love and there is happiness, I will be able to overcome any challenge.
I love that.
Do not fear commitment.
When you deal with a lot of youth, and I know that you kind of deal with youth almost nationwide throughout the Maronite Church. What are the biggest problems, like reoccurring trends that you're seeing that is currently out there today?
What's the biggest challenge for them, for the youth?
That maybe they come to you and talk to you about it, you know?
Yeah. What I feel, they are in rush. Our youth today, they are in rush. They are, every time they want everything immediately and they want success immediately. They want to be rich in a couple of years. I remember one of the youth, he was 14 and he was telling me that, I feel I'm a failure. I did not do anything in my life. I was, how old are you? You're 14. Go play with the ball outside, do football, do something else. You're still young to think about achieving things in your life. Now at age 17, 18, they are planning to be rich in 3 years. And what after that? Okay, you want to be rich, you want to be successful. That's amazing. But they are not able to wait. They are not able to enjoy the experience. They want everything in a moment. And that's impossible. That's impossible. They are listening on social media for some influencers that I'm not against, but they are giving some new ideas that it's not applicable. It's not applicable. And we all know that behind those things, there are many messages that it's ruined the life of our youth. Because, yes, it may work for one or two people that they may, by accident or literally by working hard, to achieve something in their life in a very short time. But it's not applicable for everyone. And it's not wrong. It's not wrong. Okay, what does mean to be rich in 3 years and I'm not happy? What it means for me to be successful in 5 years from now and I'm not happy with what I'm doing? It means nothing. Some people, they are still struggling in their life financially, but they are happy in their life because they are doing something they love. They are around great people in their life. married or single, or they have some people that accompany them, they are enjoying their time. Time flies very fast, so enjoy every moment. This is what the youth now they are not doing. They are trying to be successful. They are planning for the future, living in the future, living for tomorrow. Which is, I love Saint Therese that she said, "Live the moment now." I'm now with you in the interview. I don't want to spend my time thinking about what after the interview. I should do this and that, and I have a task to finish. Forget about them. Enjoy the time now doing this interview, and that's it. To After the interview, I will figure out what I'm doing. I'm not against planning. I'm not against those things. Don't misunderstand me. No. Yes, we need to plan. We need to dream to be successful, but don't be in rush. Enjoy what you are doing.
I love that. What a great advice and a great reminder. I think it's not just for the youth. I think it's for everyone out there. We live in such a fast-paced society that it's almost a rat race. Like, who's going to finish first? What are you going to do? What have you accomplished in the small time frame? As we come to a close in our episode, Father, can you give me a bit of maybe a last message that on leadership and on organizational leadership rather, with Christ at its center?
The biggest message is like the icon behind me, the Good Shepherd. I love this icon. That's why I pick it to be in my background. Some people, they said that it's like the memes that when Jesus appear behind you and remind you of something. But I love this one being always behind me in anything I'm doing online, to remember that I'm delivering his message, not mine. So from this, I want to say, yeah, be a good shepherd. Care about everyone around you. This is how Jesus lived his leadership, in serving others, in being present for others. But first, be present for yourself. A leader is not asked always to be for others. First, he's asked to be for himself. Remember that Jesus, yes, was a great preacher. He was surrounded all the time by others, but he had his personal time too. He went to the desert and sat by himself, pray. He went to the Mount of the Olives and he prayed for God. He took time to be with himself, to understand his mission, to understand who he is, or who he was at that time. So take time for yourself. Don't get busy with everything around you and forget yourself. I know some people, they go to the gym, they do some exercises, some activities, but yeah, you need some time to sit by yourself. And when you are able to understand yourself, you are able to help others and to lead by example and be a server leader.
I love that. I love that so much. Honestly, one of these great reminders of every day, to be able to lead, you also have to take a step back and sometimes work on leading yourself before you could also lead others with that. I do want to say that Kairos Pacific University has an incredible program in leadership and in psychology and marriage and family therapy and all kinds of things like that. So check out the university. It's very affordable. It's one of the best places out there to integrate Christian education. Online institution, very cool stuff. All right, Father, if people want to connect with you on social media, are they able to do that? And if so, where?
Yeah, on social media, I have my personal one, Etienne, like it's shown in the screen, Etienne Hannah, and you can find me on Instagram.
Beautiful. And if you want to connect with me, you can connect with me at The Word with Rita. And of course, as always, give us a follow at Kairos Pacific University on all of these social media platforms. And I will be with you in the next episode. Thank you all for watching. And until the next time, stay safe, stay prayed up, go talk to Christ. He loves you. And we love you as well. And we'll be with you.